BottleNed presents Bottle Digging Under the Murder Room.
BottleNed here with Privy Pokin Paige and my special friend Marcus, a guest star today, and we're in Stockton, California at the site of the old Hotel Maine. And this hotel was built in the late 1880s, and Marcus here is an expert on this site, and we're gonna be checking out the basement and looking for some bot inside there. And Marcus has some really cool history of the site that he wants to share with everyone.
Yes, this building was built in 1887. It's been through some massive renovations, but you can actually see some of the history still hiding here. This corner lot right here used to be something called Ketchler Jewelry. But the area that interests me most was one of the businesses on the Main Street side called Patterson's Pharmacy. They ran this pharmacy out of this building probably originally when this building was built. But back then, in those times, a lot of bottles were buried. And several months back, we actually did have a flood, which took up a bunch of floorboards. And when
In the basement, right?
In the
Wow.
basement. And when taking them up, these bottles were discovered. And every bottle ties back to some type of a pharmacy.
That's killer. So basically, you managed this property, and when the floorboards came up, you noticed some bottles underneath them, and you started digging around and found more bottles.
Yeah.
And now you have those bottles, and we're gonna go inside the building and look for more bottles.
Even bottle tops.
Bottle tops?
These were actually found recently.
Oh, those are like cologne or perfume.
Well, we're still trying to figure out what this
Tops.
this
Yeah.
one is. This particular one, we believe it actually was to a hair tonic that was based in Germany.
Those look to me like Edwardian era, probably turn of the century, maybe 1905, somewhere in there, 1910.
Yeah, everything in there is at least over 100 years old.
Yeah.
Even we could tell the boards were put down with square cut nails.
What do you know about the history of when this building was built and what it was originally used for?
These buildings in this corner were always used as hotels. At one point, this part of the building, which actually used to have its original entranceway right here, used to be connected to the building behind it, which became the Hotel Commercial. At one time, it was also called the Californian. And during that time, when it was called the California, something dark did happen here.
Whoa.
A murder did happen. A woman murdered her, I think it was her third or fourth husband. His name was Albert McVicker, and her name was Emma Ludo. They considered her a black widow.
Whoa.
Now I'm interested.
Old Victorian murders, Paige.
That's my
Murders,
specialty.
yes.
Actually, our museum here still has the original trunk that she stuffed his body in. It's on display at our museum right now.
What?
Wow.
At Victory Park, it's on Pershing Avenue. It holds a lot of history, including the trunk that Emma stuffed her husband in.
In this very hotel.
Yeah. The only reason how she was found out, she didn't tag the trunk. So the trunk stayed at the train station till it started to smell.
Whoa.
And they had to open it up.
And this was what year?
1906.
1906.
Which is why she was actually the first woman to be put on death row in California.
Whoa.
She got let off because a lot of attention was happening with the SF earthquake.
Yeah.
So she got off with
Some
a lighter
distractions.
sentence and only did 10 years. She was out for several years until she broke her parole and was sent back to prison, where she finally passed on in, I believe, 1941.
So I brought some research materials here for us. This is the 1895 Sanborn Fire Insurance map, and it shows our hotel here when it was named the Commercial, right on the corner. And here is there was a drugstore in there, just as you indicated, and there's the hotel rooms on the upper stories, and back here are obviously somewhere are the original outhouse pits. And behind that was the Stockton Iron Works, which dates back to at least 1870. probably a lot older.
Yeah, they actually relocated. They have a building on Lindsay and Harrison Street.
Wow.
They moved over there. They expanded during World War II.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, and then this is the 1870 bird's eye view of Stockton. So this gives you an idea of the buildings that were in existence in the city in that time. And here's our block. So there was a building here in 1870, and we're not really sure what occupied it. Right next door, there was like a sash company, as indicated by that sash and blinds, yeah. And it says number 38. So on the larger view of the bird's eye, it'll have these numbers at the bottom indicating which businesses were there based on the numbers shown. Wow, yeah, this is a beautiful brick building from the late 1800s, and you can see the detail and the classical revival architecture on the windows and just the elaborate brickwork, and you have some corbels up there, just beautiful architecture. So we're going to take a look inside now, and Marcus is going to show us just briefly what he's already found in the basement of this hotel.
So these are some of the bottles that were excavated out of the basement. This is a Patterson bottle.
Whoa, and it's a baby feeder, and it's a local baby feeder from that pharmacy. Wow.
They must have had two different baby feeders, because I do have the ones that looked more oblong with it curved. I do have one of those.
Murder bottles.
But this one also has ounces.
Yeah.
On the balsa.
Badass.
This one?
Pepto-Mangan. Yeah. This was actually used during the Spanish flu epidemic. They advertised this product to help cure the Spanish flu. I remember seeing advertisements for that in newspapers.
I think I found two of these.
Yeah, that was a popular remedy back then.
This one.
Cheese brawl.
Yeah.
Cheese brawl, dude. That's a personal lubricant.
Vaseline.
Everybody needed that.
The inventor of this product, the owner of the company, Cheeseboro, he actually ate a spoonful of this stuff every day and lived to almost 100 years old.
Now, what's interesting about it, inside.
Oh yeah,
it's still in there.
Petroleum jelly never goes away, man. It's like the La Brea tar pits inside that thing.
A lot of these little jars were found.
Yeah, those are usually pomade jars or more petroleum jelly. I think the rounded base ones could be pomade, but they could also be petroleum jelly. Jury's out on that one.
I found one that was white glass.
That's a poison bottle. You see the ribs on this thing? That's to indicate to people when they're reaching for it at night, thinking it might be medicine on their nightstand. These dots in the darkness would give people the clue that there's poison in there and you shouldn't drink it. So when they touch it, they feel all those dimples on there. And that's how they know. Oh,
yeah, that was the only one
touch.
that was found in there that was looking like that.
We are going in.
After me, I guess.
After you. Ooh. Oh, gets kind of dark in here. Where? Bootleg door.
This is the main lobby.
Oh, wow.
So the sheetrock did come down, and this was found behind it.
That panel.
Oh, the original. Oh, man. Original. Oh, this is beautiful.
Yeah, there's more. This paneling lines the whole first floor in these whole rooms.
Oh, and look at that staircase. Look at the detail.
So pay attention to the detailing on this.
Yeah.
And then wait until you see the other staircase.
Imagine this thing restored. These are the mail slots, right?
I believe they were for keys.
Oh, for keys.
Yeah, I took that out of there because that area is suffering some water damage. So that one was pulled out. We had a little hole right here, and what was revealed is a window. There's a glass window right there that let in natural light.
What is this?
Now this was found hiding in there. It's very messed up.
1970s Mexican boxing poster or something. Oh, dude, office upstairs. Oh, this is crazy. All right.
This was a mezzanine right here. It has a half bathroom hiding behind the stairs.
Take a look. Oh, it sure does.
So yeah, this is the landing. So you see this, we do have an elevator.
Oh, an old lift, I tell you. That's a nice one. Oh, yeah, this little buzzer thing.
I'll be taking the stairs.
Down here, we have a hallway. It has 6 rooms in it.
Oh, look at the old room numbers. Look at the hand pointing. Oh, those are so old. That side.
These we had, these were walled off, but over time, the weather really destroyed the sheetrock that was right here.
Yeah.
So they had to come down. But it lets in a lot of natural light. And some of the rooms are full of junk. Those are kind of our junk rooms. Open this.
Discount rate for that room. Oh, look at the light coming in. Look at this. Oh, look at the sunburst.
So if you noticed on these, this staircase is not identical to the one going to the ground floor. So the one going to the ground floor is probably older. This one was put in.
Jeez.
Because this, when they went through its massive renovation sometime between 1915 to 1917, this staircase was not here. These were rooms.
This looks Edwardian period, though. It's crazy. Actually, maybe they designed it to look like the original staircases in the hotel.
Yeah, it's hard to say what the originals look like because this building holds a lot of secrets.
Yeah.
Because also right through there, this is where it joined with the building next door.
Do you know, speaking of secrets, are you aware of which room that murder happened in?
It's upstairs.
You gotta show us.
Okay. But you'll love to see this first. A lot of them look like this, so these will all eventually come down.
Yes.
So this you'll probably love to see.
Oh, wow. Is that a fold-out bed?
This is a Murphy bed.
Murphy bed.
So yeah, these will fold out and fold down. They also rotate.
Do you have an idea of the age of this one?
I think these were added on. These were probably put on during the last massive renovation. So probably about 1917.
Yep.
But there were originally 8 of them in the building. There's only 2 left.
Jeez, what happened to the other ones? Just scavenged for metal or something?
Mm-hmm. Just like a lot of the hardware was taken, and the tubs were all taken, except for the one that they couldn't get. Yeah.
There's a beautiful light fixture.
So this one. Oh, I got something that you really like.
Well, yeah.
Past the ceilings.
What is it? What am I looking at?
The original 1800 ceilings between the floor joists.
Wow! That's right.
So those were, So those were the originals. So that means these bathrooms were not original.
I got wood. Look at that. That's absolutely stunning.
So they had to drop this ceiling and they raised this ceiling to accommodate plumbing for the upper floors.
Oh, yeah, the plumbing.
So when they did that, I'll show you right over here. So they reused it.
Oh, cool.
So instead of throwing it out, it got reused as backing for the showers.
Backing for the showers. Look at that high quality stuff. It's like redwood, is it?
Possibly. It's but I've seen it in some of the bathrooms around here where there's holes in the wall.
Yeah, that stuff. You can't get wood like that anymore because it's illegal to harvest a lot of this old growth killer stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of these around. I have a lot of them hiding in one of the rooms. And this door leads to nowhere. It's a wall.
Winchester mystery door.
Oh yeah, there's no, on the other side it's a wall. They closed it off.
Funky Town, USA.
Yeah. There was other stuff hidden right here. I don't know what, but wood trim finishings that are up in there.
Yeah.
It's hard to say what it was.
Sometimes the workers, if there was a carpenter up there, a plumber, back in the old days, they would have stuffed a bottle maybe they were drinking out of at the end of the day. Whiskey flask.
We've gotten this whole building out anyways. I'm sure we'll find something.
Yeah.
So these rooms were opened up. They would have originally been closed off, but they opened all these rooms. Which also leads to...
Whoop, might have to edit that.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of stuff in here. So right here, in that floor, that's where the original staircase came from, the ground floor up.
Oh yeah, more original wood.
There's hints in there. That was it. Oh, you'll love these bathrooms.
Look at these old bathrooms. Old school. Look at these doors. Wow. Going up?
Stay close to the railing.
Okay. Oh yeah, a little rotted here.
To the roof. So that part of the staircase rotted. Most of it is the same. It is the same layout. There's just no differences. There are some areas intact. A lot of this stuff was pulled out of some of the rooms. It's the salvaged items.
Nice. Oh, look at this. Oh, it's a bed.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of old beds here.
There's a dream catcher up there.
Oh yeah.
Whoa. Who did that? When was this last occupied again?
2006.
Wow.
It's only for men.
The degradation happens fast.
Yeah, they did a real big force shutdown of a lot of these buildings. There was some code violations on them.
Yeah.
But then the city thought it'd be best to tear them down. This is the room I call the MWUAHAHAHAHAAA room.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Whoa, it's creepier in here. There's like black mold all over the walls, like a horror movie.
I watch your step in here.
In more ways than one.
The ceiling was dripped a lot. So there was a lot of junk in here, which saturated the carpets, which then saturated the floors. So these floors are driven. So that's why these boards are down here, to make it easy to walk on.
So the murder happened in this room.
Yep.
So he died in here.
I don't think these Murphy beds were not here at the time.
120 years ago, in this room, Emma Ladeau and her husband, Albert McVicker, lay in bed together. But while Albert slept, Emma laid awake, thinking about how she could get rid of her husband. She was sick of him and had fallen in love with another man. It took most of the night, but finally, she conceived a plan. The next day, she went to the furniture store to buy some chairs and tables, as well as a big steamer trunk. Followed by a stop at the liquor store, where she bought some cheap whiskey. Then, she paid a visit to Patterson's pharmacy on the ground floor of her hotel, where she refilled her prescription of chloral hydrate, which was a powerful sedative that could kill a person if they were given too much. When she returned to the room, she suggested to Albert that they have some drinks. And when he wasn't looking, she slipped some of the sedative into his whiskey, along with a bit of morphine for good measure. Soon, Albert became groggy, and when he started passing out, Emma struck him over the head with the back end of a meat cleaver and stuffed his body into the steamer trunk, where he slowly died. The next day, she ordered her furniture, including the trunk, to be taken to the rail depot to accompany her on her train ride out of town, where, of course, she would dismember and bury her husband's body somewhere in the dark countryside under murky lamplight. She just might have gotten away with it if she hadn't forgotten to slap a luggage tag onto the steamer trunk, which didn't leave with her on the train and was instead held at the depot until it started to stink, and the cops cracked it open and found McVicker dead inside. Is this a separate room, or is this part of the same?
It's a separate room. I think the doors were add-ons. I don't think they were here originally.
Well, it's a nice place to die, relatively speaking, with the view. Wow. Why? Look at this. This room's all clean and the walls, and it's nicer looking, and then this one has black mold.
Yeah, the roof is really bad right there.
Like hell itself has tried to enter.
It goes all the way down to the basement.
Jeez. Creepy.
I think this room scared a lot of people away from ever wanting to do anything with it. It's just because it looks terrible. So that room, paranormal investigators was getting that feeling from there.
Whoa.
That was Emma's room.
Whoa, so you didn't tell them, they just knew.
Yeah, and I actually felt a presence there.
Really?
Yeah, when I was cleaning the room out, I felt someone kind of poke at my hip lightly. I think it was probably Albert telling me to be careful where I step because the floors are really bad in there.
Paige, you feeling anything?
I'm trying.
Trying? You can't try. You have to let it go, man. You become a medium for the spirits.
Welcome to the Alberts.
It's more
Nothing.
It's more spooky in here when the sun goes down.
Yeah, I bet.
It does cast a shadow. When this building is in the shadows, even if it's light out, it does get dark in here.
Weird.
Stay to this side of that.
Okay, here's a view out the window. Here's what happens to beautiful old buildings. So this building on the corner used to be, look like what again?
That was the Avon Theater originally.
Oh, What are they thinking?
It's been through a couple different renovations, including a department store. It was actually JCPenney's in the 30s.
Okay, so what do you think that they were thinking in the 1930s when they changed the building and made it into that?
Modernizing.
Yep.
You know what's cool and modern is stucco.
Hey, let's take all that great classical entablature and just stucco it.
Well,
Great idea. So here's the hotel next door, commercial hotel, and that looks like this is an 1870s photo, so that's a really early hotel. Might be 1850s or 60s, and then where we are is over here. And then they eventually tore these down and built this huge stone building sometime between 1879 and 1889. We're trying to pinpoint that right now. Whoa. Why are newer buildings so ugly? In the Victorian times, elaborate classical revival buildings were being built all over the United States. Back then, building fancy architecture was seen as a way to showcase the achievements of humanity. Houses and commercial buildings alike were adorned with neoclassical pediments, pilasters, corbels, columns, coins, and statuary. Architects built buildings for public enjoyment and to beautify the landscape. Then came the 20th century, and along with it, some asshole named Le Corbusier. Le Corbusier was a Swiss-born architect and city planner with ties to fascism, anti-Semitism, eugenics, and Benito Mussolini. He is also considered to be one of the pioneers of the modernist movement in architecture. Modernist architecture defies the principle of form over function, embracing minimalism and rejecting the ornament. Le Corbusier built ugly buildings all over the world, inspiring many other idiots to embrace his minimalist style. Especially since the lack of decoration in his designs was a cheaper alternative to building grand, beautiful structures. And today, we are still living with the results. Our cities, once filled with elegant neoclassical buildings, now stuffed with depression-inducing Lego machines. Some notorious examples of great buildings replaced with garbage include the giant piece of shit that is Boston City Hall, Old Penn Station in New York, the Singer Building, and pretty much the entire downtown of Los Angeles. There again.
Oh, here's the elevator again.
Oh yeah. Going down, definitely not up. There is no up. Okay, we are descending into the ancient basement.
so these are some of the other bottles that were dug up.
Yeah, that looks like a hair tonic right there.
Yeah, I think I have about 2 or 3 of these ones. There were more of them, but they are broken.
Yeah.
I know I have 2 of these.
Castor oil, nice.
And then there's a lot of
Pharmacies, yep, pharmacy bottles. Oh boy. Look at this.
So this is an area where I found a lot, where I was finding bottles.
Wow. Right here.
Yeah, and behind you as well. So it seems like they were only in certain areas.
Yeah, where they dumped them or in a spot where maybe there was a hole in the floor or something.
Right up to the shirt.
Well, there you are. Wow, you can smell the bott down here, man.
Totally.
Okay, so you looked here, but this is a new spot that's open?
Yeah, these were some of the areas that I did a while back. But it goes all the way over to that side. Oops, there's a bench right here.
Oh yeah, there's all kinds of...
Yeah, this is all
Here, get a
dirt.
look. Yeah, it's all dirt under here. It's wild. There could be, there was buildings here dating back to the 1850s, so you could get layers from early floods underneath here that go back to the gold rush period. And that's what we'll try to look for here. Whoa.
So between this wall and this wall way back over here,
Yeah.
this was the area for Patterson Pharmacy.
So there should be some Patterson Pharmacy bottles under here. Yeah, it looks like, yeah, this duff layer on the surface is where you want to be. This like really sawdusty layer. That's where the stuff's gonna hang out. I got some bott over here. Some patent medicine bottle.
Oh, here we go. Another baby feeder.
Cool.
It's the not. Oh, it is embossed.
Nice. That's a nursing bottle. Wow. Sweet. Where'd you find that?
Just right in here. I don't think it's
right.
the Patterson one.
Look, there's more.
That is
Castor oil.
oil.
Whoa. There you go. Castor oil bottle. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, look at that duff. Look at it. Yeah, this is just some really killer duff. Really soft. You can see how the bots will survive. Oh yeah, look at all this. Wow, look at these bottles just buried in here. Just thrown right below the floorboards. Wow. This is some crazy bot finding context here. Yeah. It's almost like old hay looking stuff. It's just sawdust.
Crazy to see bottles up just right on the surface like this.
Yeah, usually gotta
Work a lot harder.
lots of square nails under here. Old tin lid.
Some stew bones.
Which one is this? It's Acme nursing bottle.
Yeah, those are the ones that I haven't found.
Yeah. Those are like the generic ones. Ugh.
This 1890s baby feeder bottle might look harmless enough. But what if I told you it was responsible for the deaths of thousands of Victorian infants? Back then, people didn't understand as much about how bacteria can kill you. Therefore, they didn't know that the inside of the rubber hose attached to the lip of the feeding bottle would accumulate harmful bacteria inside of it over time. And one day, when the baby goes to suck up the milk, the bacteria comes with it, and baby goes to sleep forever.
Okay, scraping in another section. Looks like they had some kind of stove burning coal down here, Freddy Krueger style. Yeah, boilers. There's a 22 bullet shell for some reason. But why? We got tailings from the stove under here. There's something right there, but I think it's broken. Pepto Mangain. These have cool bases. Oh, there we go. Oh, here we go. Wow, look at this. This is crazy. So we're underneath the Patterson Pharmacy. Okay, and here is a Patterson drugstore bottle. That is just historic. Man. Wow. Look at that. Whoa.
I do. I live in Houston Village.
Wow. That's crazy. Whoa. Okay. Extraction. Ooh. Got a Patterson bottle underneath the Patterson Pharmacy.
All right.
It hits different when you're actually digging in the location of the pharmacy and you find the bottle from that pharmacy from 135 years ago. Wild. That's out of control.
Isn't it crazy to think that this bottle was most likely either sitting on the shelf in Patterson's pharmacy or buried right in this spot as the Ladeau murder was taking place, directly above it?
Look at this. That's a stopper to an apothecary jar. Still down here in the silt after 130 years, man. Whoa. That's wild. Out of the old pharmacy. Look at that. You can just imagine the jars sitting on the shelf of this pharmacy in the 1890s, and they'd have these fancy, these ornate stoppers. Late Victorian era. The Old West, man. Wow. Look at that. Oh yeah, that's like a chemical bottle. Those are actually really pretty. The color, they're like a green color. Yeah, this is total pharmacy trash. Let's get a shovel for this, shall we? Okay, so we're gonna have to squirrel trench a little bit in here, but look at this apothecary bottle with the cork still on it. It's buried in there. Ugh. Wow. What's in there?
Nothing I want to smell.
Come on, you can find out.
Let's see.
Or just smell it.
It's actually pretty benign.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it doesn't look good. Put that cork right back in it. Put that cork right back in that thing. Oof, woof. Yeah, so we have some bot action here. So I'd say start here and trench it this way.
Maybe check the dirt too for coins or tokens or something.
Yeah, look for small, round, flat discs. Oh, there's a bottle. It's a bottle.
Broken.
Broken bottle. Big amber bottle. Probably like a homeopathic medicine bottle or something.
There's something underneath it.
Like a piece of concrete. Get the top. Oh, it might be stuck in the concrete. Yeah. Let's see what it said. Peoria, Illinois. Let's see. Allaire Woodward and Company. What an odd bottle. That's all it says. It's some sort of, it's the shape of like a homeopathic drug bottle from the 1890s. Oyster shells. They were eating dinner down here.
And feeding their babies.
Yeah.
And applying castor oil.
Ugh. And they were sick, obviously. Oh, where's this one?
Embossing on that.
Oh, this is interesting. This is another druggist bottle, a pharmacy bottle, but it's from New York City. A.E. Hughes, druggist, New York, which is weird because we're in, why would the Patterson Pharmacy sell someone else's product from a different pharmacy? It's kind of interesting. They might have had customers who wanted this product who were from New York originally or something. Just a guess. Okay. Let's see if there's any small stuff in here.
Yeah, look for trinkets.
Right. I mean, I would think in a layer like this, people lost all kinds of stuff. Mm-hmm. Shoe.
Nice.
Let's see. What's this? This is a little, whoa, that's a beautiful little green pill bottle. I've seen one of these before.
Nice.
Got the German Iron Cross on it or whatever.
That was pretty sick.
It says, for digestive ailments. These are probably all products they were selling in the pharmacy in the 1890s. That's too bad that was broken. That's a beautiful color.
Yeah, I don't think I said on film, in like the 1890s to the Edwardian era, they started naming things with really funky names to try to make it sound more scientific, I think.
Yeah, the patent medicine products.
Yeah, like glycothylamine, psyche.
Yep, I see it. Okay, there we go. What's this? That's a little ointment jar from the Whitehall Tatum Company.
Cute.
The Whitehall Tatum Company were a bunch of, I think they were like Mormons or something. They manufactured a ton of pharmacy glass. Amber ointment bottle. Oh, is this another Patterson?
Let's see.
It sure is.
Nice.
Patterson's Pharmacy.
Let's get a good shot of that.
To clean it. Some of these need to be cleaned to see it. It says Stockton in that Edwardian cursive font.
Go. Jesus. Ned keeps sitting on fluorescent tubes.
Okay. There's a big old, oh, that's a demijohn.
Nice.
Yeah, storage container for liquids or whatever, medicine. Big old broken demijohn under here. It didn't make it. Another ointment jar. Whatever was in here. Strong stuff. It's like a small container. Let's see what's on the ground. Gets a little bit less trashy from like garbage from the pharmacy turns into this like stove ash, industrial coal and stuff. So we're gonna go that way actually. Let's go over here.
Mind your head.
Let's see what we got here. I see a lot of debris on the surface. That's older. See that flat base?
Right.
That's more like 1880s with that panel look. Yeah, that's getting back to the early age. Oh, more ointment Or maybe rubber cement or something. Okay. Big old dump here.
Totally.
That's a big blue chemical bottle or something. Oh yeah, someone really got rid of some trash around here. There's a homeopathic pharmacy bottle. Let's see what it says. Boric and Runyon, San Francisco branch, Portland, Oregon. San Francisco, California branch in Portland, Oregon.
Oh.
So they had 2 locations.
I haven't seen that one before.
Yeah, it's cool. All right. What do we got here? Another amber shelve bottle. Huh. Oh, look at that stopper.
Wow. Nice.
Really
You can
cool
totally
stopper.
tell we're under a pharmacy.
I know, everything is so pharmacal.
Pharmacological.
It's like, which one does it fit? No. Does it fit this tiny thing? That would be way too big of a stopper for those small bottles. Yeah, we're gonna go under this layer. Yeah, they were throwing a big old hodgepodge of trash right here. I'm going underneath it. That way you don't break stuff. Oh, it doesn't go all the way to the wall. It's just a trench. How strange. Never know how stuff's gonna end up in the ground. Oh, what's this? Another stopper. Part of the stopper. Oop. What's that?
So most of this trash so far has been from the 90s to the teens.
All this stuff is about 1895 to 1905, right in that range. Yeah, baby. Let's see what we got. This is just the duff layer. Stopper. Another stopper. Wild. Yeah, you just get the... Whoa, there's a...
Oh, sweet.
Whoa.
Nice.
Somebody's trying to clean their hoo-hee. Boy, just the tip. Ouch. It doesn't have the plunger part, but this is a vulcanite rubber syringe for injecting into your urethra to cure, STDs or just clean yourself or whatever. So this would have a plunger on it, and the medication is inside here, whatever, mercury or whatever the hell they used. And you plunge it right in there. You just inject yourself. And this is the male, and then the female one has a wider tip with these holes in it that just squirts like a douche. That's a really cool artifactual.
Yeah, I saw that earlier. It's like
Those are old. Those are 1800s. That's like basically a venereal disease cure.
oh boy.
Yeah.
This is a newspaper I found hidden in the wall. It's June 8th, 1947.
What's the headline? Elegant bit of eavesdropping in cafe is prelude to finale. The society pages. Yes.
Back when eavesdropping was elegant.
All right, well, I guess that concludes our little tour here. Marcus, is there anything else you want to say before we wrap this up?
You did miss one room.
Oh, God. Okay, one last room to explore. It's always the last one, though. That's where they get you.
Yeah.
That's where old Freddy Krueger finally gets you. Ooh, boy. Ah, yes, the old creepy boiler room. Oh. There's got to be one of these in every old building. Whoa, there it is. Well, I've seen enough of that. See you later, Paige. Have fun.
All right, so here's some of the bottles that came from underneath that building that we dug up. And boy, you know, obviously these aren't the finest specimens of antique bottles featured on BottleNed, but that's all right, because what's really cool about these is that they were buried below a building while a famous murder was taking place, which is just crazy, you know, when you think about the things that these artifacts were in close proximity to. You know, it makes them kind of haunted and cool. So, you know, this is obviously the pharmacy that was in the building, and their bottles ended up buried underneath it. This is the murder bottle, Acme nursing bottle, a cartoon name. It would be held like that. And this is a barber bottle. Forget if I mentioned that earlier. It's a hair bottle. Probably sold this product in the pharmacy as well. Hair tonic. So yeah, beautiful color. Just to catch your attention.
Hey everybody, hope you enjoyed watching the video as much as I enjoyed digging and filming it. And as always, please just engage with the video. It helps bring that traction up, because this superior content deserves more visibility, I tell you. And if anyone can spare some donation money, just like a couple bucks a month on Patreon, that would really help me out. And it's digging season right now, and the soil's super wet, so that's why I haven't been producing as many videos. I've just been out there digging, but I've been filming a bunch of stuff, so look forward to more cool videos soon, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bottle!